with Yusuke and Toguro squaring up in the final round of the Dark Tournament, which by the way is a top 5 anime tournament arc of all time. And nah, peep how mad this nigga Toguro looks. I've never seen a grown-ass man get this mad over a teenager. So Toguro starts going into his first transformation, which basically just makes him a even bigger, taller, and stronger nigga than he already is. And nah, Yusuke a realer nigga than me, cause if I see this big 7-foot Shaquille O'Neal built ass nigga right in front of me and I gotta fight the nigga, I'm hitting the Jimmy Neutron, gotta blast immediately. Yusuke is the definition of a YN, so he's standing 10 toes down. So Toguro starts walking towards Yusuke, and Yusuke makes his first move. So he rushes towards Toguro and goes for a gut punch, but Toguro counters with an uppercut, and they clash with each other. And Toguro pushes in that uppercut too, just to make sure that shit hurt. But Yusuke gets back on his feet and rushes Toguro again. And he goes to hit Toguro, but Toguro weaves that shit, pops up behind Yusuke and tries to give him back shots. But Yusuke dodges the back shots and then takes the opportunity to kick Toguro in the face. But that weak ass shit didn't even change Toguro's facial expression. And then Toguro just starts hitting the ground, and my question is, nigga, what are you trying to hit? He's not there. And then he catches Yusuke trying to run, and he straight hits this nigga with an air backhand. And nah, look at how this nigga Toguro is fucking up the ring. I know these Dark Tournament hosts gotta be pissed as fuck, cause look at all that property damage this nigga's causing right now. And then Toguro just sends this energy wave with straight just murks a bunch of random demons. Toguro starts running towards Yusuke, so Toguro goes to punch Yusuke, and Yusuke's kind of just standing there. I don't really know what the plan is for Yusuke right now, but hey, you the main character, I'm not. You do you, nigga. Yusuke starts charging up a spirit gun, and normally I would be hyped as fuck right now, but look at how this nigga Toguro is not phased in the slightest. Yusuke points the spirit gun at Toguro, but you know how anime pacing was in the 90s. This nigga just straight stood there pointing the spirit gun at Toguro for like 20 seconds straight. I'm not showing all that, bro. But turns out Yusuke just pump faked that whole spirit bomb sequence, and he just rushes Toguro. And then he just rushes towards Toguro and sidesteps on this nigga. And then he just starts going crazy on Toguro. Just starts punching this nigga over and over and over again. And this nigga Toguro couldn't even change his facial expression. That shit don't hurt. He ate that shit. And then Toguro tries to hit Yusuke only to miss again, causing more property damage to the arena. And then Yusuke runs around Toguro for a little bit and then weaves his kick. And then he just kicks this nigga right in the face. And Toguro is once again just unfazed. And once again, I have to use this Stephen A. Smith meme. I know I'm overusing it, but that's the only way I can convey to y'all how unfazed this nigga Toguro really is by Yusuke's attacks. So Toguro says, man, fuck all that shit, and just goes to hit Yusuke. And nah, both of these niggas, both Yusuke and Toguro, are moving like Klay Thompson 0 for 10 in an elimination game, because none of these niggas have hit a single attack on each other. Yusuke's been missing everything, straight airballing, and same thing for Toguro. So Toguro finally destroys the ring, but I keep telling y'all, Yusuke is the king of I'm 2 steps ahead, because he pops out the cut and hits this nigga with a spirit gun. So Yusuke hits Toguro with a spirit bomb, and once again they drag out this whole spirit bomb sequence for way too long. I am not covering all of that. And once again Toguro's on that bullshit. He straight just ate a whole ass spirit bomb. Nah. This shit is getting out of control, bro. So Yusuke just straight goes Super Saiyan and then spawns this random ass big ass bird over here. Like, where did you get this from? I'm not really gonna explain the power up. Just know Yusuke's finna tee up now. So he rushes towards Toguro and then just starts mixing this nigga, bro. Like, look at this. Jab, 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 jab. Look at the look on Toguro's face, nigga. This is the look of a nigga who knows he's finished. Getting beat like this by a 14-year-old is crazy. And then Yusuke finishes the combo with an uppercut. Nigga has all these demons shook. Their GOAT, their glorious king, is getting cooked like this by a 14-year-old. Yusuke catches this nigga Toguro trying to act like he knocked out so he don't have to get his ass whipped anymore. Get your ass up, nigga. And then he just starts beating this nigga Toguro's ass while he's on the ground. But then Yusuke starts to notice something a little bit off. Toguro's facial expression still hasn't changed, and Yusuke's looking shook as hell. So we see Toguro pop out the cut with a whole nother transformation. Nigga got the purple aura and everything. This shit just looks menacing, bro. So Toguro starts walking towards Yusuke, and then he stops and hits this nigga Yusuke with a couple finger pistols. And then Toguro's like, you know what? I like that move. Let me do it again. And then he just starts spamming this whole ass finger pistol move, but Yusuke's blocking all of them. And low-key, clap it up for my nigga Yusuke. He's blocking all these at max precision. And then Yusuke tries to hit this nigga with a punch with a bit of energy behind it, but then Toguro just hits the Aizen. Straight blocks this nigga shit with one finger. And then he punches this nigga Yusuke in the arm, and he just straight breaks this nigga's arm. So Yusuke gets on the ground, and he's just writhing in pain. But then as soon as Toguro shows up, can't be looking scary in front of the ops. He changes facial expressions real quick. So Yusuke tries to hit this nigga with a spirit gun, but those don't even phase Toguro anymore. So Yusuke hits Toguro with a spirit gun at point blank range, but Toguro just expands and makes his titties bigger than Sydney Sweeney's. So yeah, he just tanked that spirit gun, no damage taken at all. And then he just winds up and hits this nigga Yusuke all the way into the stands. And then Yusuke just lands and hits his back on this thing. I know that shit hurt too. So he starts hitting Toguro, obviously doing no damage. I mean, look at the nigga's facial expression. But then Toguro just winds up and just socks this nigga right in the face. So then Yusuke rushes in once again, only to get his punch caught and then get his knuckles cracked by Toguro. And then Toguro just starts beating Yusuke's ass. And this shit really got me wondering, is this not a disqualification? There has to be some sort of rule against beating your opponent's ass this much. I mean, but at this point, who's gonna stop the nigga? So Yusuke rushes in once again, but this time, he actually lands a hit on Toguro. So Yusuke tries to go in for another attack, but Toguro just pimp slaps this nigga. This nigga Toguro woke up Chris Breezy, head ass. So Yusuke rushes in once again, only to get his shit clocked once again. But low-key, I respect it though. He got heart, cause the amount of heart you gotta have to keep getting your ass beat like this and keep getting back up, it's crazy, so I respect it. He got heart. And look at Kuwabara. He's dumbfounded that his rival can be this trash. So Yusuke rushes in once again, only to get knocked away by Toguro. Nigga even hit a pose just for more aura. So at this point, Yusuke is just on the ground, completely defeated. And me personally, bro, at this point, I would have just turned around and hit the Jets, bro, cause fuck a dark tournament. I want my life, nigga. So Yusuke tries to do a spirit gun, but Toguro just says, cut all that shit out, nigga, and just slams Yusuke's head into the ground. So Yusuke somehow gets up and punches Toguro in the face. And he hits this nigga hard as hell, cause it just goes on like a 20-second sequence of Toguro just going back and back and back. He had to hit this nigga at least 30 feet. And you know it's crazy when the dust clears and you see that Toguro's head is hitting the whole right angle. That shit is turned a whole 90 degrees. And then this nigga Yusuke hits Toguro with a spirit bomb at point blank range that fucks up the whole arena. Damn, I know that shit hurt. So Toguro rushes in and tries to stop the spirit gun barehanded. But obviously that shit doesn't work. Like, I don't know why he thought that shit was gonna work, but so Yusuke launches the spirit bomb and it just fucks Toguro up. Like, this nigga is getting fucked up. And eventually he just explodes, like dead ass. He just combusts into a million pieces, and that's how he goes out. For a villain that did the main character so bad, that's a crazy way to go out. I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah, that was the greatest fade in Yu Yu Hakusho history, in my opinion. My next video will be a Hunter x Hunter vid, because I want to honor Togashi's work, because in the years, Togashi's masterpieces have somehow become underrated. My fault, I said overrated, underrated. So yeah, I want to do some Hunter x Hunter, and then it's probably gonna be Bleach after that, and then from there, I don't really know, man. But if you made it to this part, thank you for tapping in and watching my shit. I love y'all, man. I'm gonna see y'all later.